All right, we're recording. A couple more minutes. All right, well, good morning, everybody. It's good to see everyone here again. I know you guys have been working through some of the modules, and I know you're also students in other realms, language students that are studying on your own in other areas, or longtime students. So again, glad to see you here, and glad we have our speakers on board with us today to help us out. We're gonna do a brief activity with this week's module with our speakers. We just want you to hear them in their words, how they would describe where things are located based on a picture. So we're gonna just ask them to describe a picture, give a couple sentences from each of them, and so you can hear that, and hopefully you can pick up on what they're saying. And then we'll have some time for questions about this module or any questions that you guys have about language at all. So that's what this Zoom session is all about. So did I get that right, instructors? Are we good? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. All right, so we're gonna go right into the picture description. I remember this week it was about a lot of dining room setup, the plates, bowls, and utensils, but it also used location terms, where things are located, on top of, below, in front of, and behind, I believe, were the primary words that were used. So we've asked them to give us a few sentences based on this picture. Make sure if people aren't able to see that, please let me know. But the picture is up. And I guess I would ask, however they want to start, if you would give us a couple sentences describing where different objects are as they are located in as far as this picture goes.
Wajanari, Nayare.
Nakeja, Warachka, Rahodovochnaksha. Warachka Jega was Paras, Hunoik Nakeja, Najima Unje. Naga Choedegi, Mahi, La Migakshan. Was Paras Choedegi. Was Paras, Hihageja, Hahageja. Waske shorosh ija na arjinje. Naga waske shorosh jega. Ahageja, hihageja. Chugija. Eja akshana, minga akshana. Eske urach kanja, horovochla ni dasha. Ahu, unje gone hilevai. So urach kanja. Waske paras, Hunoigeja, Waske Shorosheja, Naga Chugija, Naga Mahija, Hachanaksha. Egijago Hokarajashke, Wadach Nanuinge, Wenige Kira, Hachinjanajiwa Unaki, Hodakwa Hamakshana. Chugira naga mahina minkwa unakshana. Ejakshana mahina. Chugirashke ejakshana. Hijanera hanachana arjinwa unakshana. Warachkana waske paras jega naga waske shorojla. Je hanachana arjinwa unakshana. Keki nige wajana ijan minak hachani. Kira, Miske.
Okiaga region, Eki, Wahaidera, Wajan Angle, Horoja, Ejaxi, Waduch, Hageja, Wauna, Konia, Anaga, Wahanakshan. Eki, Choedigi, Mahinja, Angle, Eki, Re, Ejaxi, Ida Wachiri. He unagre J schedule on Koneade. Eki J Hageja was Kehonoigijan. Janaga eki shike eki yage taje waske shoroji jan. Eja je. Eki waske shoroji ga hi hageja chugi sha eja tombere. Aska naga je hi wa wini keshke ya perezwa hane nakshan. Eki hageja wodachkaya. Eja janaga horo hochra ni dashtak dachu. Hoichte o juide gune. Ja, ranaga wa anaka. Horo hochra az niske wa onje. Eine de reske numbi nupta dashkangon yare wa anakshan. Reske achawa anakshan. Ego kira.
Is there anyone else that's going to give it a stab? I'm not going after them. So. Okay. I'm going to clear out of that and just for a second. Oh, my money. Couldn't see you when we had the picture up. So I'm going to guess everybody understood everything that came out of that. That's a lot. There was a lot of language there. And actually, I'm kind of looking at Okan Kitty. I'm wondering if we can peel that portion of this video out and subtitle it and put it up separately so people can listen and follow along. I think that would be really helpful. But if you went through the module, hopefully you picked up on some of the location words that they were using when they were talking. So you heard hihak for on top. I don't think I heard kuha for underneath or below. They just said things were on top of each other or in front, chowe. And that there's also the words for behind. And this is something that I wanted to ask, is that they both use different words for behind. So my dad watching Aringa, he said non-keja. And my jaji Ausak said hageja. And so I guess I would ask, is there a difference? I think in the modules we used hageja, but I know we've heard non-keja obviously used by speakers. Is there a difference for either of you or a preference why you would use one of those words over the other, or are they pretty much interchangeable?
They're both the same. But if you look at the word na-keja, na-ke is a word meaning your back, physically your back, na-keda, that's your back. Ha-geja would kind of mean behind you, not necessarily your back, but behind you. So na-keja and ha-geja, that's, to me, that's the little difference, but they're both used the same way.
Oops. Sorry guys, I dropped something. Okay. So Jaji, Ahusag, is that kind of the same for you? Do you use those words sometimes interchangeably, or do you find yourself using one more than the other?
Yeah, I think what he said is pretty much the difference, but you can use them both either way, as far as I remember anyway.
Yeah, so I think I'll type it in. I don't know if it was in the module, but not also back.
Yeah, it's kind of like the difference between behind or in back of, pretty much the same.
Okay. Okay. And then another thing that if you remember from last week, we talked about positionals in the module. There was a hefty use of positionals in what they were saying, not just saying where things were located. I think for the most part, they were saying things were standing somewhere, like a cup, a bowl, or even a plate. If you heard, they kind of described those as standing. They used J when they were doing that. So that's something to listen for. And also, and the silverware, they were talking about them lying down. A lot of times they were saying "Eja min gangshana," so it literally mean they are lying there. Yeah, so those are things I picked up on while they were talking. There was a lot going on in what they were saying, but a lot of it does tie back to what we've learned.
Yeah, there's also one thing. I mean, I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with this, but I think Dega Husak also used toomp, which means to set something down with length. I think he said that Chugi was on the bowl and he used toompire. So that's another thing that's regarding objects and positionals. When they're set somewhere, there's going to be a different word for that. So if you don't know what that means, that's what it means. Is it was set on top of the bowl.
You want to let them know what those three setting down words are? I'll type them in the chat.
Yeah. Toomp is to set something down, laying down something with length. Kanunk is something more like rounded, like a ball to set down. And then kere is to stand something that has length. Kere. So that would be to set something. So if you hear that in that video, if you listen to it again, that's what that is referring to.
All right, I'm just typing it in.
Also, after viewing the picture, I seen another word that we didn't cover yet, and in between or middle, where the bowl was, describing the bowl. Kina.
Yeah, I'll type that in. I guess I wasn't listening. My bad. That Kina.
Unless one of the speakers said it and I just missed it.
That's in between, correct?
Yes.
I'll type that in. I know Machi is fond of saying, trying to get people to learn that word. He said, think of his son, his Hina, Ho-chunk Hina, and that means in between. That's not what it means, but I mean, Ho-chunk Hina, it's just a way for him to get people to remember it. So when he asks them, how do you say in between? They look at him and they say, think of John, and then they'll say, oh, Ho-chunk Hina. So that's
Whatever it takes to remember.
exactly. I got a lot of those crazy devices, so. I guess I want to open up. Are there some questions that anyone has for the speakers about the module this week, what we went over, if there's anything you found particularly challenging, or if there's just questions in general, language-wise? And then once again, I don't know if you heard this, Nick and Mai Munning, but you guys can unmute yourself at any time, or if you want to just type in questions on the chat, that's fine, but you guys have the ability to unmute and ask questions and ask away. Also, instructors, if there's anything else that we need to add in. I don't see any, I don't want to put you guys on the spot either. Don't feel like you have to. So I have a question. So besides the knock and the hawk, is I heard my dad, when he was describing the picture, I believe it's the knife is in front of the bowl or the plate. So I typically, like what we did in the lesson, we would say choeja. It's in front of, there's that aja that gets added on to all of the location words, kind of means there. So choe, aja, choeja, hageja, hihag, eja, so and kuha, aja, kuha, so that aja gets locked on there. But then I heard Dad say choeregi, which I hear that, I think it kind of means like here in front. Is that more or less what you're saying when you're saying choeregi?
Yeah, in front of me, closer to me.
Okay.
I could say Choedegi Hiraije, closer to me, but Choedegi is here, meaning here in front of me. In that picture, that's the closest thing to me, so that caught on like Choedegi action. Yeah. The Regi is, I think we know that it's here, right here in town. Tejo Pregi here in Madison. Cho Aniki in front, but here to me, close to me, to my front. Yeah, that Aja is there, meaning there at that location, at that location. So Regi would mean at this location here, kind of something closer.
Choedegi is closer than Choeja.
I guess, yeah. Cho Aja could be in front of you. Cho Aja option. Cho Aniki option in front of me. That could be the difference there too.
So it really matters on whoever is speaking, their perspective, and actually how they're perceiving things as well. So that's
Right.
an important part to remember. That with any language, but it is important with Ho-Chunk. You think you get a rule, we talked about grammar stuff, you get a rule down, then you realize that that rule changes depending on who's talking and what their perception is of a situation. So
You could also say Choechchiregi, or you could say Choechchiharegi, which they're probably about the same. They just mean directly in front of you, or in
Yeah.
front of me, I should say.
okay. Did you say Choechchiregi?
Yeah, it's directly in front of me if I say Choechchiregi. It's probably the nearest object to me, I guess you would say.
Okay.
He threw in Choe Haregi. Choe Haregi
Yeah.
That's- to my front.
That's in front of me.
So then Nakehadegi would be right behind me? Is that how that would
Yeah,
work?
yes.
Yeah.
I think that's showing possession. To my front.
So if I
Go
was
ahead.
saying it's right in front of you, would I say Choedadegi? Is that how that would work?
Choe Raga. Raja.
Choeda-
Choe Raja. To your front.
Choedaija?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. It's come up.
I'm typing those in the chat if people want to see their spelling.
If I said Ikijan Haregi, what does that mean to you?
Next to you?
Next to me.
Or next to you? Yeah.
My
Yeah.
side. Ikijan Haregi. Ikijan Regi or Ikijan Haregi. Go over by your side, Ikijan Raja. Ikija Raja.
Misspelled the non-K-Hadegi. Are there any other questions?
I believe that there's more information on the website in the language building blocks. We have some of the units from the book that we use on the website under the, I think it's teaching materials, then you go to textbook and it's the language building blocks. I'm thinking it's on there because that's the same unit that's in my book that covers some of this stuff. So if you want to check it out, maybe you could download that PDF. I didn't download it. I was just trying to look to see if it's in there, but it's taking a while for my computer to download it. So I believe there's going to be more information on not just Hihakeja and Kuhainja and things like that, but also setting objects down is also in there as well. There's a section on that. So if you're looking for more information, I would look there. I'm pretty sure it's there, but I'm not real sure because I can't seem to get it up fast enough to let you know for sure.
Let me look and see here. So if you go to hochunk.org, and are you talking about the textbook, Hoki?
Yes, it's the one of the language building blocks. I believe there might be some information there. I should have just downloaded it, but I didn't.
Here, yeah, and if you go to the hochung.org and if you go to the Learning Center and scroll down, hopefully everyone can see that. This is the PDF section. But if you go over to textbooks, there it is. Yeah, there are all the PDFs that Hoki was talking about. So you're able to download those. And a lot of this, well, all of this ties into what we've been going over.
Yeah, this has to do with positionals, I believe, and also not just people, but object positionals as well. Like I said, I can't seem to, the page won't load fast enough for me to let you know one way or another whether this information is in there, but if it's the entire unit 3, then it should be in there.
Yeah, I think it is. It's the building blocks unit. So we have the greetings, the things that we've gone over, yeah, and the positionals.
But there's also the prepositions in there as well. There's information on that. So if you're looking for more information on some of that stuff, I'm hoping it's in there.
There it is, yep. There are the 3 words that we talked about when you place different objects. So, and then the prepositions.
Yep, okay.
So yeah, if you go to the language building blocks and download that PDF, there's a really good there's a lot of info in here, a lot of the backup info to be used as a part of this. Cool. Alrighty, well, I don't have any more questions. I do, but they would bore everybody. So I don't have any more questions. I don't know if any instructors do or any participants do, but if not, I want to take up too much of anybody's time. So, well, if that's it, thank you everybody for coming today. Appreciate it. And once again, this video is going to be available up on the website, and then I'll talk with Okan Kitty about the portion where they talked about the picture, about actually breaking that out and subtitling it. So that's a separate video by itself, so you can just hear just the straight speakers talking about those pictures and describing the pictures. That's really, really valuable to people that are learning a new language and acquiring a new language, is to listen to that over and over and over again, things such as that. So we'll make sure that's available. But with that, I don't see anything else. So thanks everybody for signing on. It was good to see everyone.
Oh, I need Chuck Shelley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Chuck
Chuck
Shelley.
Shelley.